Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 replay cast. We've got ourselves another match from the Korean server, but it doesn't involve two Korean players. We have got ourselves, or who we've got, I think that's the best way to say that. Who we've got here is spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. I've cast him a fair bit recently. That's because he's been playing a lot recently. It's Dream, playing for Brave Star Gaming. Dream, Korean Terran player. I've cast a lot of his games lately. I'm not going to go into the whole spiel about what he's about these days. He's a very good StarCraft 2 Korean Terran. And I said we got a Korean server match, not necessarily a Korean versus Korean match, but I think this one's going to be just as good. Spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map, we've got TS Gaming's Nice. Nice Taiwanese Protoss player, and he's just very good, shows a lot of promise, and can play at a very high level, so just excited to see how well he's going to do versus someone like Dream. I honestly don't know who's the favorite. When it comes to comparing sort of like Koreans and someone... When it comes to comparing Koreans and someone like that's like a high-level foreigner, it can be tough to say. Because I think we're still figuring out Dream's form a little bit about exactly where he's at. He's very, very good, though, at the moment, and he does play versus a lot of great players. But definitely can't write Nice off in this series, I feel. As far as the builds go, we've got a Gate or a Nexus, then Cybercore coming out of Nice, doing that little Protoss wall thing. And so the game's really just heating on up here. And while it's doing that, of course, I'm gonna say it, make sure to press that like button on this video. Gonna try and break 20 likes for this one. And of course, if you're new to the channel, you enjoy this kind of commentary, make sure to press that subscribe button. And then one more thing also, check out my Discord while I'm at it. Been posting stream announcements there while I stream on Twitch and whatnot. And then, of course, this weekend it's also been announced on Sunday evening. Going to be doing another one of those Africa World tournaments. Africa World is a tournament very dear to my heart, seeing as how it's what really got me into the whole StarCraft content production, I'd say. So, very awesome tournament, and I'm really glad that we're still able to keep that going. It's got some very good players. It's got, hold on, I'm drawing a blank here. It's got But Always, Dongray Gu, Cure, and Solar. So some very good matches, I feel. I'm excited to see how they're going to play out. And yeah, so just make sure to keep an ear out for that. And we'll just see how this game's heating on up here. So far, we've got Dream. He's just gone for a Reaper. He's scouting out versus Nice. Nice has a bit of a suspicious probe, but really, it's just going to be going to a Dream's natural. And there's also a bit of red going up here. Dream going for a proxy starport versus this Protoss player. The probe's going to run on in for Nice, but with the Reaper back at home, it ain't going to get anything done. It's not going to see that Hellions are being reactored out, and that's not going to give Nice a tip-off as to what's coming his way, which is most likely a Hellion drop, if I had to say. There's always a chance it's a Hellion and a Liberator. But still, this is some very, very early hard aggression coming from Dream. It is the aggression that is designed to kill probes. Kill Protoss units, not necessarily. It's designed to get on in there very quickly to kill off as many of the probes as they can. And with the Medivac, it is going to be that Hellivator, basically. These Hellions are going to be looking to make their way into Nice's base, and Nice doesn't have a unit in position to spot that. He's worried about Hellions running into his natural, but you also really got to worry about the drop. Look at this, though. Nice goes for a full wall up at his natural, but no, he cancels that. Is he going to restart that? Yes, he does. So he is getting ready for this, and it looks like he is going to deflect this drop, or I mean, he's set up to do it properly anyway. We take a look, this Medivac's going to be coming on in, but the Stalkers, the Sentry, the Adept are in position. And look at that. Are they going to unload anyway? Yes, they are. Is that force field or anything going to go down? No, the Sentry's not quite in position. Probes get put on hold position for a moment. And it looks like Dream's not going to get too much worker damage done here. He's got one of these Hellions left alive. His Reaper has found his way into his opponent's natural base. Looks like this will get shut down. I mean, he did get 8 probes in total still, so definitely not a complete flop like it maybe could have been. And so that's not too bad for Dream. We take a look at what Nice has got. He's getting up into the blink. He's gonna have to kill his own pylon because he needs to get out of his base. So he's getting that up. A Robo, we'll see if he goes for a third base, and he probably is going to be going for that. He figures he didn't take too much damage, so he can just macro out of this. He's not going to go for a complete all-in or anything like that. Usually a Protoss is going to go for a bit of pressure, though, with the Blink Stalkers. It's completely free to do so, and so he's going to be doing that while Dream is just powering on up here. You'd go for the early aggression as Terran, and then you start producing your bio behind it. And that's pretty much the flow of most Terran games. Everything tallied up here, though. I think this is a pretty good spot for Dream. He's definitely taking the potential of like some light stalker pressure very seriously. And behind this, he's just getting up his 3 racks. He's getting up his stim. And the worker count is really in the favor here of the Terran. And you would be maybe like, well, the Protoss has actually got more workers LaughNgamez. No, he does. Well, yes, technically he does, but no, that's not the point. The worker count really favors the Terran in the sense that the Protoss usually should have more workers than this, and he doesn't. So, I mean, the count itself favors nice, but the fact that the count is what it is favors Dream, if that makes any sense to you. Like this video. Okay, anyway, moving on here, we've got more gateways getting on up here for nice. He's not going into a Robo Bay or anything like that. He's just going to be playing a heavy Blink Stalker charge lot style, it would seem. I mean, there's a chance he's just going to go for a big attack or something like that. However, either way, it's going to be very important that he's going to have these charge lots out. As the Terran player, he's starting to move on out the Stalkers. Got to get out of there. I mean, there's a decent amount of Stalkers. They can try and stall this army, and it's very important that they do until charge is done. So we see Nice, he's going to be microing these Stalkers. Oh, loses one of them, loses, oh, almost loses the second. And any Stalker loss is not something you can really afford as the Protoss in this spot. We take a look, the army supply greatly favors the Terran, who's now just got +1 done. He's got Stim, Combat Shield. This is going to be a nasty push coming out of the Terran, and I don't know how Nice is going to stop this. He's looking to get ahead of this and to force the Terran back before he gets set up with all of his tanks. That's a very smart move from the Protoss. Nice runs the Zealot in there, and he has a very bad time. I think a Marine died in friendly fire, though. The tanks really just annihilating those. And I mean, the way this game's going, there's nothing else on the production tab for Nice here, really, besides probes. He's making a Warp Prism and +1. The point is that he's really making nothing besides, like, just gateway units. And, I mean, he could be going into Colossus Tech or something like that, but no, he's just warping in Zealots and everything. He's really quite scared, it would seem, when in reality, Dream is just backing off. He's going to wait till he has more of a significant bio army. This one Adept gets caught by this Cyclone. Those 2 early game units battling it out, even though there's a much bigger battle going on in the center here with these Marines and Stalkers skirmishing. We take a look at this, though. I mean, this is a lot of Zealots here for Nice, and I think he may just be wanting to pounce on top of this Terran army. I mean, his Zealots are just going to spill forward. The Mad Lad is actually just going for it. He's got Guardian Shields popped. The Sentry's not in position, though. There we go. They're trying to get there and cover for the Zealots, but the tanks of Dream expertly focus those down. And now it's really just Zealots chasing this bio. This is actually so crazy. I think they're going to have to back off here. No, Nice doesn't know how to back off, although he does, but a little too late, apparently, actually, as I mean, he loses a lot of Zealots there, and he attacks into the Widow Mines. Meanwhile, a Zealot counterattack into the main base of Dream. This is a nice move. Ah, there we go. I said it. Zealots in the main base of the Terran really causing a ruckus here. And that Prism's still flying around. The whole Terran's army gets pulled back. He didn't lose too many SCVs, I don't believe, but he was completely pulled back. And this is going to buy time for Nice. He's getting up Psystorm. Dream's already teching into Ghost, though, so make of that what you will. However, I still feel that that Warp Prism was definitely very important for the Protoss player. +2 is on the way for Nice. I feel like if you're Nice, you might be better off going into Disruptors or something here, because Dream's already in a position which he's really going to be looking to counter this Psystorm. Just the fact that he's getting up Ghosts so quickly, or Colossus even for the Protoss to force the Terran to make Vikings. Anything like that would be very good. Just teching into Psystorm, this really isn't going to work out for Nice, I feel. He's got the Templar in the Prism, which is very important. It counteracts the possibility of an EMP. Is this Prism still alive? Well, it's back. Yeah, of course it's still alive. It's back, keeping those High Templar in it, so no counterattacks potentially going down. Except for these Zealots that are just doing it the old-fashioned way. They're hoofing across the map towards the Terran's third. And that is kind of exposed right now. Dream doesn't have anything in position to stop this. So this might actually pull his whole army back once again. He's sending back a few units. Maybe he's sniffed this out. Either way, here we see these Zealots are now charging on in towards that third base. SCVs, yeah, look at this. A complete retreat coming down here from Dream. And it's not nice to be getting pulled back. It's not nice to be getting pulled back here by the Protoss like this again and again. Although I'm still a little bit concerned here for the Protoss. Nice is actually just going for it. He's a mad lad. He's going for an attack. There's so many Widow Mines in the mix. So the Templar are being dropped from the prison. They're trying to get their size from off, but the Zealots just melted in the face of all those Widow Mines and EMP. The Prism, I think, can just get sniped off. And yeah, that was just a folly of an attack there from the Protoss. Oh my gosh, we gotta watch that once more. Oh no, this was not okay. He's like, all right, the Terran player is pulling back. I'm just going to dive on top of him. But the Widow Mines, oh, the Widow Mines here for Dream are just disgusting. Oh, this is so gross. Is there even EMP down on here? Yeah. Yeah, there's a few EMPs. They hit most of the zones, but not all of them. And then let's just slow this down a little bit. Widow Mines just annihilate the Zealots. I mean, the Sidestorm tries, but Dream pulls back. He's got a good kind of medibacks to heal those units. And the fact that the Zealots, they basically just pulled a disappearing axe there. And, that is that game. All right, so that is match number 1 between these two. We're going to get on into the next one right as soon as I sign back on in. Got to sign back on in after every old replay that I cast. And while this isn't old, technically it's old because it's like a day out of the patch, so... Anyway, press that like button while I'm loading up the next replay. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to press that subscribe button. And let's just get on into the next one here. Dream versus Nice. Loading it up. Yada, yada, yada. I do hope you guys are enjoying all these commentaries. I know this one's going to be going up pretty much like just 4 hours before the BlizzCon finals around. The best group of the BlizzCon finals, the group of death with Serral, Stats, Maru, and Time. You can sure bet I'm going to be watching that. So, I figure I'll just cast this, throw these awesome games out there, and then there's gonna be some more awesome games. So I figured, yeah, I'll still do videos and whatnot while BlizzCon's going on, but that's pretty much what everyone's watching, and I hope you are watching it, even if you're like a big old LaughNgamez Starcraft fan. If any of you guys even exist, it's probably a good idea to go watch the global finals. Like, it's a once-a-year experience, and it's basically the Super Bowl with Starcraft. Let's take a look here. Just anything cheeky coming out? No, that is not the case. I really like the way Nice played that game. Like, of course, it wasn't an ideal spot from the way things opened up, but yeah, I still feel that if he maybe just played defensive or went for more harassment or something, or maybe just didn't go for that kamikaze attack in on there, like, you got to give it to him for trying. But I mean, sometimes you can just roll over Terran, but Dream had more than enough not to be rolled over. Classic probe skin crossing the map. And we'll just see how this game's going to play out. I mean, Dream opened up pretty darn aggressive in that past match. We'll see if that's going to be the same in this one. This classic probe is just doing his thing. Kind of looks like they look so quick. That's what the classic probes look like. They got their little booster coming out of their butt. Then they just got all their spoilers basically. The probe has a spoiler on it. Look at this. All right. Anyway, Cybercore after Nexus once again for Nice, just showing that he's willing to go for that. Meanwhile, the Terran SCV scouting. Dream's like, I want to see what this guy's up to. I want to make sure that there's no super cheeky shenanigans coming out here. The probe is hiding in a corner. Out of all the players, I swear, Nice finds like the most cornery corner that he can find, just tucked away somewhere. And Dream is moving across the map with his Reaper. So this probe, if it goes on in, it will be able to get that kind of scout, see what the Terran's up to. Reaper is going to be jumping on up here. Adept being chrono boosted out will finish up just in time to shoot away this Reaper. The Reaper really shouldn't get any kills. That probe is like, all right, it's time. I'm gonna go, 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 as he is making a mad dash towards that Terran Natural. And he will kind of get on in there. I mean, there is an SCV here for Dream, though, so the probe's not going to be able to harass that or anything. I mean, he is going to see the reactor. Probably assume there's a factory. I mean, it could always be a 3-racks play, though, so a little bit in the dark is the Protoss. Yeah, Dream a little, keep doing a good job keeping the Protoss in the dark, not building his factory behind that barracks, so it's easy for easy to hide that. Probe does go down, explodes. May he rest in peace. Brought all the way from Starcraft 1 just to die to that Reaper. Hallucinated Phoenix crossing the map. I do like this scouting style from the Protoss, just really identifying what the Terran's up to, going to the blink behind it. And then you're pretty safe from most things. Is this Reaper going to jump up here? No, it is not. You know it's better than to do that. But the Hallucinated Phoenix, it's going to come on in here. It should see that Widow Mine. Yes, it does. That's important. That's a Widow Mine and a Starport that's just making something. That should probably tip nice off to the fact that it is going to be a drop of some sort coming out of Dream. He also sees the barracks. Does this Phoenix even fly into that Widow Mine? I mean, it definitely sees that it's there. Hallucinated Phoenix goes down. Nice, a very good scout for the Protoss. He's going up to his 3rd base. He's confident that this isn't a killing push that's going to be coming out of the Terran. Yes, it's going to be some sort of harassment that's coming his way probably, but nothing that's really super definitive. There's like no tanks. It's not like there's marauders out or anything yet, so you are safe to throw up that 3rd base. Then you just got to be on the defensive from a drop that could be coming your way. And this drop is coming his way. Let's see what it's going to be able to get done. I mean, Medivac moving across the map. The Reaper is also going to run on in there too. Maybe just try and pull the Protoss players' attention. And it's doing exactly that. One of the Widow Mines is going to run towards up that ramp. Widow Mine's dropping into the main base. Oh no, those probes are pretty clumped up. Oh, nice, he splits. Loses a Stalker. I mean, it's not ideal, but he didn't really lose any probes besides the expected 2. So pretty good response from Nice. He's now going to have to blink. So losing a Stalker instead of a probe kind of sucks for the Protoss. I mean, it takes a while since you're on pretty low production to get that count up, and you generally don't want to lose them or be replacing them. So knocking one of those down, it's something, right? You just look at the cost of a Stalker, which is 125.25, I want to say, and a Widow Mine, which is 75.25. You do the math. What's the better value there? Dream also gets on home with the Medivac and 2 of the mines, which is very, very good for him. It's basically, yeah, just basically like a bit of a harassment. Nothing major happens, and that's not the end of the world for the Terran, because Dream is powering up behind this. He's getting up his stim, getting up his combat shield. Got out a Raven, which is very nice. Can really help with the push. This Observer comes on in. He's like, all right, there's the stim. Everything coming as per usual, but oh, this Observer, he could have a bad time. This is one of the really nice things about the Ravens from the Terrans. I mean, they can be a bit tough. They can be a bit of a pain to build, to fork out for that Raven to get that tech lab on there. But killing off Protoss Observers for free can be very nice, because if you think about it, that's 300 extra minerals from a mule that can now be afforded by Dream. Zealots. Oh, the classic Zealots look so cool. They look so much more alien-y. Yes, they do. They look, oh man, they look so cool. Stalkers being a pain, poking, picking off a Marine. Every Marine that they get are nice value. Maybe a Widow Mine, that would be nice, but Nice does have to blink on out of there. Meanwhile, he's making charge lots again. He's getting his +1 again, so playing a very similar style, but his economy is better this game, I feel, than it was in the previous one. And he is going to have a good amount of charge lots. Dream, though, is continuously making Widow Mines, and we all remember how those Widow Mines played out in that last game versus the Zealots. So we'll see if it's going to turn out similarly, or if Nice is going to have a more substantial army to deal with this. I really like the Gateway style. I think it's fun to play. I think it's fun to play against. and it's also very fun to watch, but eventually the Protoss does have to tech. You don't want to tunnel vision too much as the Protoss. Now we see these Zealots are trying to get on top of that, splitting some of them off to get the Widow Mines, but this is so much bio in the natural base there of Nice, and where's all of his Stalkers? There's a few of them coming on in, but they were not taking part in this fight. Wait, is Nice just gonna die here? I think he should clean this up, but without his Stalkers adding their DPS in, the Zealots really just were not accomplishing a lot. This attack will be cleaned up, but it got 13 probes. That is very, very painful. The Zealots for Nice, though, counterattacking, do kill or cancel the third base of the Terran there. It was indeed a cancel, which is very good for the Protoss, at least getting something. Still, losing his probes really sucked. He's getting up his, or he lost his observer there. He knows the Raven is lurking. That's why he had some Stalkers here, but not having his Stalkers and just going in with the Zealots there. You need the Stalkers and the Zealots. They pair together well. The Zealots buffer while the Stalkers get a bit of damage off on the army. And the fact that Nice took a fight without that, it really allowed that fight to go Dream's way when it really shouldn't have. I mean, he was powering up as a Protoss, just getting out everything that he could, and then they just butted heads, but in theory, they had kind of like an equal amount, but it really went Dream's way because Nice did not fight with all of his army, which is a big mistake. And now we take a look here. The Terran player is shooting up on supply. The Stalkers are still out on the map for Nice. Maybe they can get something. Prism is moving across the map here. Oh, let's take a look. What can these Stalkers get? So far, nothing yet. Scan goes down at the natural base of the Protoss. Stalkers coming on in. Blinks away, gets a mine. That's pretty nice for him. Auto turrets get spammed down by that Raven, though, getting 5 probes. Zealots warped in to attack the auto turrets, but he could have just waited. They would have expired like they did anyway. So, not sure about that one from Nice. Meanwhile, Dream keeping the pressure on. He's going to be going for a Widow Mine drop here towards the Protoss's base. We'll see how well is this going to work out for him. Alright, Stalkers warping in at the third. They are ready to intercept this medivac. Dream backs on out of it, though. Nice. Maybe he could have got that if he just let it go in a bit further, but definitely understandable him wanting to get on that. But, oh, Zealots are so clumped up. The Widow Mine just did so much splash damage there. Now, the Zealots are once again into the main base of the Terran, getting something done, but the splash damage that the charge lots have eaten from so many Widow Mines, Dream just knows to keep making Widow Mines versus Nice. Versus this style, they are so, so good. Now, Nice is getting on top of the third of the Terran, but the SCV's coming in to repair. Zealous buffering, and the Stalkers really not helping out this fight. Maybe they can get the Liberators, which is good for him, but he's already lost a lot of his units there, and he's forced to retreat. That was a pretty good. The fact that he just got the Raven as well, 15 SCVs. Good for Nice, but he's got to go back. He's really got to make sure he's warping in more Zealots back at home. And oh, the Stalkers. He cannot afford to lose any of these. Dream is just pursuing. Dream knows that he wiped the Protoss's army, and there still hasn't been a warp in for Nice, and he's warping in more Stalkers. I think he needed to warp in Zealots a minute ago. He definitely had the minerals, and the fact that he didn't do that, he has nothing to buffer versus this monstrous army. There's some Zealots, okay, at the third base, pulling back Dream, but Dream is not taking the bait. This time he is just going. He wants to kill his opponent right now, and the Stalkers are they're just made of paper versus the Stims Marauder army with the ghosts in their probes are being pulled. That is not a good sign for the Protoss. Widow Mines versus probes. Oh no! And there's just a handful of Stalkers left. The charge lot's getting some damage done, but in the end, Dream able to seal it, able to take the 2-0. Very nicely done, and that is going to be GG. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on into this video. If you enjoyed this commentary, make sure to press that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I'm always putting up more of these commentaries. I'll see you next time. This has been LaughNgamez.